Hello, my gorgeous dancer. Today, we're going to talk about the idea of when you think it's not working, it actually is. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because so many times there's a situation that we're going through and we're dealing with, and it can feel so discouraging and so just, ugh, I'm done, right? Like you just want to throw the towel in and you just want to be done with it. And for whatever reason, you don't. And that's where the true magic lies. So, if there's something that you're going through right now where you just need to stay a little bit more persistent, this story is for you. So, over the weekend, we had one of our iconic events. We call it Goddess Mini. It's a playoff of our Goddess Rising program, which asks you to step out of your comfort zone. It's a dance and boudoir program. The Goddess Rising and the Goddess Mini is a boudoir photo shoot. We work on getting visions together, and then we have this amazing, it's almost like a retreat day. Now, the goddesses, they sign up so excited to do it. And through the process of it, because they all come in for a certain goal. And usually that goal is to either A, find their femininity, B, get into a different love for themselves, find their womanhood. There's so many overlapping goals and also like so many just like little slivers of different goals that each of them have. And it's actually just such a beautiful day. So, one of my students, she signed up and her vision was just so cool and so unique, and also not much like a boudoir, like a typical boudoir. Like when you think boudoir, you think, "Oh, okay, it's probably gonna be like this." No, this was this really cool idea of like, she told me about how she admires the steampunk era. These women who were just so like rebellious, and they were just able to, wear these different outfits and look really cool and really badass. And so, like, through this process, like, we want to cultivate a look so that we're able to embody what it is we're embodying. So, how do we get a boudoir steampunk look and have it look like that and not like it was Halloween night? And my client, like, she was just awesome. So, I mean, we have 2 weeks to find the outfit, and she ordered like 30 outfits. They came in and like we looked through them. Some of them didn't fit, some of them did, some of them fit, but they didn't fit the vibe. And it was just like so beautiful to watch the persistency, the perseverance of it all, because like at any of those points, we could have both just been like, okay, yeah, just wear this, or yeah, just do that. But that wasn't good enough for me as her coach. And I think she knew too that like it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. So what we did was we kept going. We kept digging. We knew, we trusted that there was something better, something bigger, something that more matched everything that we envisioned. And I'm gonna like cut to the chase here. Yes, like we did. We cultivated the most perfect outfit for her that was so true to her and what she wanted, and so true to this vision of the steampunk and the badass. Like we totally got that in, which is awesome. And like there were so many obstacles. And usually when you're on your way to something great, there's 100 obstacles, because it wouldn't be so great if there weren't any obstacles, really. Think about that. Think about the easiest thing. Like, you'd be like, okay, that was easy. Like half of the fun is succeeding through all the obstacles and just feeling like, oh, I did that. I found that. I found a solution. Because when you're doing something great, you get to be a problem solver. You get to be someone who is so thoughtful and so creative, even if you don't want to be. So this outfit was amazing. And, even like she shared with us, like the idea of like shopping for things and shopping for stuff like on a curvy body, and how things are just different when you're shopping for different sizes, and there's obstacles in that. And then we talk about our emotional resilience and how like when you're coming to the actualization of all of those thoughts like compiled. Okay, so we're looking for this. I bought this. I bought this. I bought this. And then, this didn't fit. This didn't look good. This wasn't the vibe. Like you literally have to take yourself back and try your best to not get emotional over it and try to not make it such a personal thing as more of a, I'm just finding something. There's this book that Josh and we've read, I think we've read like one or two chapters of it. We always try to go back to reading it, but I think we read it just to get this little like bit of information that has been so valuable for the years after we read it. So it's Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It's a little story that they share in the beginning about digging for gold. And this guy, he invested in digging for gold equipment, and he went in and dug and dug and dug and like worked really hard, and also then threw the towel in and was just like, okay, like I didn't get it, and gave up, really, essentially. Like didn't get it, didn't go deep enough. The story will go on to say, spoiler alert, the guy like sold his equipment, and then the guy who bought his equipment basically started digging. I can't remember what it was, but let's just say for the story's sake, it was like an inch deeper, found all this gold. What an amazing story, like about, again, my one of my favorite words, about grit and having the endurance through something that is hard, the perseverance. So just like my client did, I mean, she literally got all these different outfits, and like there was no gold with those outfits. It wasn't hitting. And even the ones that did, they were kind of it. They were cute, but they weren't even her vision. They just like happened to look cute. So what we did though, instead of throwing the towel in and selling the equipment, we went in and we just kept looking. Do you know how hard that is when you're already discouraged to just keep going? So hard. And if you've been through this, you already know how hard. You're like, yep, I know how hard that is. But you also know, and you can get reminded of right now, of the greatness that comes after, the gold that is thereafter for you, because it's literally telling you, wow, you did it. You worked hard for this. You kept going. You persevered. You trusted yourself. You believed that you were worthy enough. All these lessons come from all these obstacles. These obstacles are obviously there, one, to remind us how bad we want something. At any point, right? She could have just been like, I'm out. I don't have to do this program, right? She could have just given up. Or she could have also given up by doing just a different look. And that look could have been, I'm sure beautiful. And maybe that is also a different answer. I mean, pivoting is a beautiful choice as well. So, for those of you who have pivoted from a story like this, that probably was a great choice. But the persistence also is like, and that just reminds me of an idea of like when to know when to pivot and when to not, because I feel like that's also a beautiful skill to have. But the perseverance here was just so admirable because I know that it was hard. She knew that it was hard. And the results, they're everything that you're imagining right now. Like, wow, amazing, beautiful. It was super cool to watch the excitement that came from. It's literally like I always talk about climbing mountains, but literally it is like climbing this gigantic mountain, not understanding the view at the top, and then when you get to the top, you're literally like, wow, glad I did that. Sometimes like when you're climbing or when you're doing something that's really hard, you can have this feeling of being stuck. Feeling stuck never feels good. And it also doesn't do a good job with encouragement. Being stuck is never going to say, good job, keep going, you got this. Being stuck is actually going to say, like, everything opposite of that. It's going to say, oh, is this for you? It's going to make you question yourself. It's going to make you question your beliefs, question your goals, and wonder if you even deserve to have what's at the top. When you feel stuck, what you might not be doing is taking a inventory of all the things that are not sticky and not stuck. So for example, in this situation, yes, we were doing hair and makeup, but at the time when we were trying to figure out the outfit, do you think my client was thinking and dreaming about hair and makeup? No. But if she was, she might say like, okay, well, there's hair and there's makeup. And that might feel like, more encouraging. It might feel like more exciting, like the option, okay, like I can give up. I could not go forward with this. But then also there's all these other aspects. So like what she had to do is, oh, well, then I wouldn't get the day with the girls. Then I wouldn't do the hair and the makeup. Then I wouldn't be doing what I actually set myself out to do, which was to ultimately gain confidence and self-love in my body and myself. And like then what? Then you're stuck in the same pattern, right? There's that like negative feedback loop of, I really want this thing. It's hard. I give up and then I don't get that thing. So, what we want is to really want that thing. We get stuck. We know how to get unstuck. And then we go and we get that thing. And that's going to be what's actually really pivotal to our momentum towards our goals, because that's going to be the one thing that gives us encouragement. And guess who gave yourself the encouragement? I just kind of answered it for you. You did. You gave yourself the encouragement. You figured out the way to get unstuck. You figured out how to be able to take little like receipts of goodness and be like, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's right too. Oh, I love that one too. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Have you ever done that? Have you ever needed like reminders of things? Like sometimes like if I go on like a big shop, and I feel like a little like buyer's remorse, like, Josh is so good at it. He'll be like, no, no, babe, you needed this and this is why. And then this is why you needed this. And I'm like, oh yeah, duh. Okay, got it. And I understand. And then like I can move through it and I can move past it. What I could learn to do is to do that better on my own. So I don't feel that guilt and I don't feel like, oh no, I got myself in a sticky place. Or I'm trying to think of another place where I've felt stuck recently. Like it happens to all of us. We always feel, I mean, like that's just a common thing. So our skill and our big takeaway today is how to get unstuck so that we can learn to love what it actually is. So remember, when it doesn't feel like it's working, it actually is. That feeling of, oh God, this doesn't feel right. Questioning. Oh my gosh, the questioning. Do you ever just sit there and you just question yourself and you're just like, oh my God, oh my God. Like that's the process of it. The process is that. So, in other words, there's no way to get to B if you didn't do that. Like you got a question that's going to give you the affirmation that you want what you really want. Because then once you figure out how to get unstuck, you can actually go deeper and you can exponentially like maximize on these feelings. So the next time that you get stuck, maybe even in the same situation, you remind yourself like, oh, well, I already figured this out, because you've been such a problem solver that you can go through and just like handle any problems, because that again is a secret skill. It's actually a secret dancer skill. I mean, we're really good at problem solving. It's also a life skill. And having these life skills mentally are maybe one of the most treasured things that you can have, because they're all like a quilt. Like all of them go hand in hand together. It's literally like the way that one works is it works with the other. Like last time we were talking about consistency, well, that goes hand in hand with discipline. And right now, getting ourselves through something is learning how to be persistent by getting unstuck. Learning how to believe and trust yourself is trusting the process and trusting the foresight that you can have to know that something is actually for you. So all of these things, all these beliefs, they're all overlapping. They're all like the same thing, but they're different. They're different skills. So today, I hope that you take my client's story with you. And we had such good results. And if you do follow the Instagram, I'm sure you'll see some of those photos from the event. It was such a great night for everyone. I mean, all of my students really went in, and she wasn't the only one that felt like it was tricky. They all had to do a lot of reframing and a lot of mindset around going forward, even when it feels like it's hard, even when it feels like, oh gosh, is it worth it? Going through all the questioning. And they did it and they had great results. And I hope you do too. So I'll see you on the dance floor.